Ooh.
So Marlon, how do you like this new style of practicing? There doesn't seem like as many full team as right now, full team drills. How do you kind of like it, or you support of this new strategy?
I guess mentioned this to Harbs. I don't know what went into. I know a lot of studying went into everything, but when we came back, even in OTAs and off-season conditioning, it seemed like there was a big change in just the way we did things, and so that research and everything carried over. We actually had a really crazy presentation yesterday, kind of led by everybody but Sam Rosengarten, showed it to us, and it basically was just showing us when you're this part of the day, it's mainly focuses on mental stability. When you're on this part of the day, fuel and recovery for Sarah's part. And in the morning when we do a lift, this is Steve's time when you're gaining muscle. And it was kind of a lot, but it was really interesting to see just as we're sitting in a meeting, why do we need to drink? Why do we need to eat? What is the benefit of us working out in the morning, getting the body going to where we can practice at this time, ramp up practice as opposed to just every training camp where you just jump right into it and you see a lot of soft tissue injuries and just you're going that hard so early. So it's been a lot of new things implemented that it's clear they put a lot of studying into it, and it's a little different, but I like it. It's good for me because I've never really in high school I used to go from football, ran right into track, then summer track. So it's been it makes sense. So it's a lot of times football guys we just want to be tough and. So I like the science behind it so far, and I think it'll work really well.
Hey Marlon, I heard you let out a big yell when you got out there on the field. What excites you the most about this day?
Man, just being back. It feels good to be back with the guys. A new energy, some new players. I think, a lot of guys just talks with the other guys in the locker room, man. We're all just excited to get back. I think not too many guys had a great end last year with just team in general and just individual players, player success. But we're all just really excited to get back. I'm really excited to, grow with these guys, take it day by day and, start that journey to where we want to be.
Marlon, I'm sure you're going hard at every rep, but when you matched up against Rashod Bateman, do you feel like you want to kind of go a little tougher against him his first year as the number one guy?
Man, I was actually thinking about that earlier. I think I'm really excited to get some good battles in with Bateman. I know what he can do on the field. I know he hasn't, shown it yet, but anyone around here in the building has seen what he can do, and I think him being that number one guy, I think he'll lead the guys well, and just all the receivers in general. I want our secondary to be the best secondary, and the only way you get that is if you got really good guys to cover in practice. So I think we got the ability to really sharpen each other. So I'm really excited about those battles with Bateman and Pro and Duve and just all the guys we got. I think, with T and D-Rob and all those guys, what they're doing with coaching, I think it'll be some really good battles. So I'm super excited for those matchups, especially the ones with Bateman.
To follow up on that, is there a guy in the league, maybe a wide receiver, that you kind of get up for just more than most, a guy who gives you a sense of challenge like that?
I don't think I get up specifically too crazy for anybody. I try to, approach them all the same. Obviously, there's guys when you're I can, make a big name for myself with these guys. It reminds me of whatever year, my first time going against Odell. I remember Jimmy was hurt. He calls me Saturday night. He's like, bro, you matching up with Odell? I'm like, and so I just remember, it's like a dream come true when you're not too known in the league. I think I was going into my maybe second or third year. And, Odell is a great player, Super Bowl champ now. And, you get those opportunities. So, it's kind of roles have been reversed. Now I'm like the guy that a wide receiver is like, I want to torch this guy. So it's cool to be on both sides. And so to answer, it's not really a certain guy. I just kind of always got to treat them all the same. Yeah, I think anytime you got enthusiastic guys, it's always just good for the team. Those reminds me of Brandon Carr. You would have thought Brandon Carr was 21 years old, how much energy he had, how much joy he had with the game. And it makes everyone just overall, love for the game elevate. And I think, You know, I've heard this a lot from guys that come and have left and come for the first time at other places. You know, it's not like here, like this everywhere else. So I'm hoping I never have to find that out. But it's great to have TJ back as far as what he does for the team, not on the field, but just being in guys' ears. So it's been I'm really liking that addition.
Hey Marlon, you're a social media guy and on Twitter. I'm sure you see Lamar Jackson, all the criticism, and see him clap back at some people. What do you think of the way that Lamar kind of has done that and how he handles that criticism on social media?
I think Lamar's a highly criticized guy. That was interesting, but yeah, I mean he gets criticized a lot, I think, and it's interesting how you handle it. You know, I'm on Twitter quite a bit, but it seems like he's a trending topic all the time for a lot of the wrong things. But the things he does right is, I think, help us get W's in the right column. So I think him clapping back, you know, I think there's different ways to go about it, but I didn't know he had haters like that have been going on for years. But I had to do some research into that one. But I was at the Orioles game, I think, that was going on. But yeah, it was good, man. I think, you know, a lot of times people say like athletes shouldn't do that, but sometimes guys have just had enough. So hopefully, you know, that's straight and settled, and we can kind of prove ourselves on the field.
People write about training camp previews for the Ravens this year. They always talk about Lamar's contract as being a big issue. Do you think that has ever become a distraction for him? I mean, everybody's talking about it except really Lamar himself.
Yeah, I think it's obviously a very strange situation for everybody else, including me. But whenever I talk to him, he's just like, "I'll get it done when it gets done." So it's for some people, for some reason, people can't really believe that. But all the guys on the team know that's kind of true. And when he feels like he wants to do that, he'll do it. So it's very unique in that way. But that's kind of just the truth. That the guy loves football. I've never seen such a humble guy. I always tell people this story. I was in Owings Mills and I saw Lamar walk into an IHOP, and I thought to myself, like, he's a pretty famous guy. I don't know how well this is going to work. Like, I think people will get up out of their seats and start, and then 5 minutes later he's getting escorted out of the IHOP because it was just too much. So he thinks he's a very normal guy, but I'm like, Lamar, you are Lamar Jackson. You're not me. You can't just do normal things. So he thinks he's very normal, and he is in the building, but he's outside the building. He's just such a superstar.
Did you learn a lot of that when you traveled almost around the world? I mean, the last time we spoke to you, you've been to a lot of different places, including Israel. Yeah. Anyone notice in Israel?
Yeah, actually, surprisingly, there were some big Israel fans out there. I had a couple spectators at a workout. They just found me on the local field. I donated my helmet to a fan that was at a gym I worked out at. It was kind of surprising. There's a lot of fans in Israel. Shout out to the Ravens in Israel. The Ravens are worldwide. I found that out, and I do appreciate the support we have. It feels great to play for such a great fan base that's kind of spread throughout the country.
All right, thanks, Marlon.
Thank you.
Hey, guys, just as a reminder, John said something about Jake.